Okie dokie. What we're looking at here is to find equations to lines that are parallel to these and pass through this point here. So now, if lines are parallel, they look like this. So that's parallel, that's parallel, that's parallel. So these three lines here are parallel. If lines are parallel, they have the same gradient. So we've got, the gradient for the green line is equal to the gradient of the blue line, which is equal to the gradient of the red line. And that's all there is to it. So it's just that. That's all there is. So that's what it ends up being. So basically, if we've got this here, we're told to find an equation that passes through this, parallel to this. That means it's got the same gradient. So we're going to have a gradient of this. So like we were doing before, we now know a gradient. So y equals mx plus c. We know that m is going to be 4. So we've got y equals 4x plus c, and then from there what we do is we substitute our value of x and y. So instead of y we're going to write 8, and that equals 4. Instead of x we're going to write 0, and we're going to say plus c. So we've got 8 equals 4 times 0, which is a 0, so 8 equals c. So y equals 4x plus 8, and that's all there is to it. And hopefully you may have even seen, if we've got a 0 and 8, that means that that's our y, so that's our value of c, which is y. Okay, over here, let's see. So here we have y equals negative a half x plus 1, passing through point 0 and 3. So negative a half x, so our gradient is negative a half. So y equals negative 1 over 2x plus c. Passing through this point here, that's what we're going to substitute in. Instead of y, instead of x, we're going to write 0, and instead of y, we're going to write 3. So we're going to say 3 equals negative 1 over 2, 0, plus c. 3 equals half times 0, negative a half times 0, which is still 0. So 0 plus c, so c equals then 3, so y equals negative 1 over 2x plus 3. Once again, hopefully you should have seen that it will be 3 because it's going through 0 and 3. That's just your y-intercept there. But that's all that you've got to do for those ones. So find the gradient. If we've got this for our equation, our gradient is this. Sorry, if we're told to find something parallel to this passing through this point, highlight our gradient, rewrite that, 4x plus c, substitute x, substitute y, solve for c, and then rewrite it. And that's all you've got to do.